What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Bulls Deep Fishing. Today we are doing another comparison video on the Crescent LiteTackle versus the NuCanoe Pursuit. Check it out.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah.
Alright, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I'm sitting in my office today and I kind of want to do another comparison video between the Crescent LiteTackle and the NuCanoe Pursuit. I spent time in both of them and I feel like, again, this video is strictly my opinion, but I've been getting a lot of questions on what the difference between the two boats. Since I've been in both of them, what's my opinion on them? So today I just kind of want to walk through, just like I did with the last comparison video, walk through the specs and all the information on each boat, and then, you know, kind of in those aspects, go along and basically give my opinion on those certain specs and so on and so forth. So, yeah, here it goes. We're just going to dive right into this. Again, I have all of them pulled up on my computer. Now, I spent a lot of time in a Pursuit. I've spent a pretty good amount of time already in the LiteTackle, so I shouldn't have to compare much to it. But basically, this is just for, in case, you know, I get stumped, okay, is the Pursuit 35 or 36 inches, you know? So that's just kind of the way I'm doing it. Then also, again, this isn't your traditional comparison video. I don't have each boat sitting side by side, but so this is, my computer's acting like it's sitting side by side, just so I don't really miss anything. So starting out again, guys, the Crescent LiteTackle rolls in at 12 foot 4 inches long, and the NuCanoe Pursuit rolls in at 13 feet 6 inches long. So right there is already a big difference. You have an extra foot on the Pursuit and compared to the LiteTackle. And again, your length is more, like I said in my last video, is more compared on, you know, tracking and speed, so on and so forth, more paddling, paddling speed, let's just put it that way. So with a foot being more into the NuCanoe Pursuit's favor, and then in my personal opinion, I feel like the Pursuit, it would almost be a dead race, a tie race if you race these two. But being the length of the Pursuit, I feel like it may be a little bit faster than the Crescent LiteTackle. And also the way the bow is more pointy on the Pursuit, it's going to cut through water a whole lot more and be a little bit more helpful in offshore fishing. And so I feel like, you know, if you're looking at speed and tracking, I mean, tracking is great on both boats, hands down. Some of the best tracking are going to be on these two boats. But if you're looking more at speed and actually cutting the water, if I had to put money on it, depending on who's paddling it and what's in the boat or what's on the boat, I would say the Pursuit may have a hair above the LiteTackle when it came to speed. Just because the bow of the Crescent LiteTackle is more rounded and the bow of the Pursuit is more pointed, so it's going to cut through water a little bit better than your Crescent LiteTackle is going to. And just overall hull shape, but keep in mind, the hull of the NuCanoe is more of like a flat bottom hull, and the more of the Crescent LiteTackle hull is kind of more contoured and kind of rounded on the sides, so that's going to play a lot of factor into it too. So, but if you're looking solely at speed and tracking, you know, you're going to be kind of dead even, but on the speed aspect, probably the Pursuit's going to take just a hair lead on that. But that's a big difference on length, guys, and that plays into the weight, which is what we'll get into it in a minute. Moving on down, the width of the NuCanoe Pursuit is 35 inches wide. The width of the Crescent LiteTackle is 34 inches wide. So in my opinion, going back to what I said in the last video, I feel like when it comes to width, obviously I want that as many extra inches as I can on width because I stand and fish 90% of the time. But it also depends on how the deck is made. Just like I said before, you know, regarding the Moken and the LiteTackle, the Moken's deck sat a little bit higher than the LiteTackle sat a little bit more into the boat. So in that aspect, I felt like it was more stable. But with the Pursuit, you're still sitting lower in the deck and you got more of a curved edge. But where this is really going to play into stability is you're going to still have more initial stability, in my opinion, on the NuCanoe Pursuit versus the Crescent LiteTackle. But the secondary stability of the Crescent LiteTackle versus the NuCanoe Pursuit, the Crescent LiteTackle is going to have better secondary stability. And secondary stability is whenever it gets to that tipping point, you have a little bit more. That's where that secondary stability kicks in. So you're going to have a bigger secondary stability on the LiteTackle. So when you hit that, you're going to have more beef to it and a little bit more time to overcorrect yourself. But in the Pursuit, when it hits that secondary stability, you're going to have to adjust very, very quickly because once it passes that, you're going to go in. I just feel like the secondary stability is a little bit more on the Crescent LiteTackle. In all reality, it's going to give you more of a more sturdy platform as long as you train your mind on that secondary stability. If you don't train your mind when that secondary stability is going to kick in, you're going to flip over every single time, I can guarantee it. So more comfortable at getting immediately into the boat, your Crescent not Crescent LiteTackle, your NuCanoe Pursuit is going to feel more stable in the sense versus, you know, the Crescent LiteTackle. Because the Crescent LiteTackle is going to be tippy, but you don't have to worry about that tippiness because of the secondary stability is going to kick in. So all in all, I believe they're very stable platforms, both of them. And I would take secondary stability over initial stability any day because, in my opinion, that makes you a better, more versatile and more universal paddler because that's going to come in handy when you're in the rivers and you're cutting left and right and you know when you're going to go, when you're not going to go, so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind. More initial stability on the Pursuit, more secondary stability on the Crescent LiteTackle. So on the NuCanoe Pursuit, it has a height. So from the bottom of the boat to the top of the boat, you're at 12 inches. On the Crescent LiteTackle, they don't give you that option on the initial specs. But if I had to factor it, I would say around that 8-inch mark. So you do have a little bit more height to the NuCanoe Pursuit. The whole weight, let's just jump into whole weight. The whole weight of the NuCanoe Pursuit is 82 pounds. I about said 82 inches. 82 pounds. So, and on the Crescent LiteTackle, you are still at 75 pounds. So, yes, the NuCanoe Pursuit is going to be heavier. But not only that, guys, since the NuCanoe Pursuit, the way the hull is built and how long it is, in my opinion, it is a very heavy boat. It handles water well, cuts through water well, it's stable. All pros, but at the end of the day, it's a heavy boat. It's going to do a lot of other things that other heavier boats can't do, but it's a heavy boat, guys. At the end of the day, it's a heavy boat. It's a well-built boat. It's a heavy boat, but again, the Crescent LiteTackle can do a lot of the same things the NuCanoe Pursuit does, and it's lighter. So, and it's more nimble. It's more, you know, cuts very. It's just in my opinion, a better paddling boat, a more universal boat. I don't want to say that because I know the Pursuit can handle open water better than a Crescent LiteTackle can. But overall weight, okay, look at it this way. If you are more of a rivers guy, okay, NuCanoe Pursuit is a great riverboat, phenomenal riverboat. But the Crescent LiteTackle, in my opinion, is a better riverboat because it handles the waters a little bit better. But just think about this. After a long stretch on the river, and you're having to go up, say, a 40-foot bank. Okay, I know this for a fact that Pursuit already is heavy on top of that. And the way it's built, you're going to want to be tugging up or pulling up that bank, that Crescent LiteTackle, than you are the NuCanoe Pursuit. Just saying that hands down. I know just how light the Crescent LiteTackle is compared to the NuCanoe Pursuit. It's a way heavier boat in my opinion. I understand it's only, what was that, 8 or 7 more pounds, but that 7 pounds to me is just huge. Huge factor, just because I've lifted both of these boats, I've drugged both of these boats, I have hauled both of these boats. It's a way more heavier boat. Still a great platform. It's just a very heavy boat. Moving on down, seating. So on the NuCanoe Pursuit or on their spec sheet, they label down seating and if you can add a junior seat. So on the NuCanoe Pursuit, yes, it's set up for more of a one-person boat, but it is capable to fit 2 people. So you can buy the junior seat to add into the NuCanoe Pursuit so you can have your kids go with you. And you don't get that option on the Crescent LiteTackle, but you can still fit, like what I'm going to do with my son or my kids or my younger 2 kids is I'm going to put them in between my legs since it's still in, both boats are very open platform. This is what I did in my Pursuit as well. And instead of getting that junior seat, my son enjoys sitting in the deck of the boat. He actually feels a little bit more safer sitting in the deck of the boat. So I'm basically just going to put him in between my legs on the Crescent LiteTackle. And same thing what I did on the NuCanoe Pursuit. So in my opinion, you can fit another child on the Crescent LiteTackle. It's going to be a lot tighter. There's not as much room, but you can still fit that second person if you would like to. But the NuCanoe Pursuit is more built to go ahead and add that second person. So if you're looking at something that, yeah, 2 days of the week I'm going to be by myself, but 3 days of the week I'm going to be with another person, then I would look at more the NuCanoe Pursuit. Moving on down, the max weight. Basically, the weight cap for the NuCanoe Pursuit is 500 pounds. So it can handle and it can hold a lot of weight. Okay, and the Crescent LiteTackle, we already know it's 450 pounds. So you're already gaining an extra 50-pound weight cap on the NuCanoe or on the Pursuit, but that's also going to add in a lot more. Sorry, I had someone calling. That's going to add in a lot more weight overall. So, all right, moving on down, the max weight, the weight cap for the NuCanoe Pursuit is 500 pounds. Okay. And the max weight or the weight cap for the Crescent LiteTackle is 450 pounds. So right there, you're gaining an extra 50 pounds to what all you could fit in the boat or before that boat decides to start sinking. So if you are that bigger person, you like someone that, likes to take out a bunch of stuff, maybe that's something you want to look into. In my opinion, that 50 pounds doesn't really matter to me, or I'm not going to ever come close to that weight cap. But obviously if you're camping and stuff like that, then there's a great possibility you may come close to that. So it really depends on what you're going to be using it for. So in that, I will also get into adding motors to it, which we'll cover that whenever I go through the features of each boat. So that's definitely something to consider if you're looking to add motors, deep cycle batteries, so on and so forth, because that stuff does add up. So moving on down, let's see. What am I missing here? I said weight cap, length, width, weight. All right, so that's all the specs right there. Let's go ahead and touch on price. I usually do that at the beginning, but I forgot about it. So the retail price for a NuCanoe Pursuit is $1,599. So right at $1,600, okay? The price for a Crescent LiteTackle is $899, so right at $900. So right there, you're already adding $700 in price difference, okay? $700 can adds, I mean, you can get a lot more extra stuff for $700. So you can be that person that, okay, I want to, eventually add motors and so on and so forth. So I could potentially add another $300, $400 to the Crescent LiteTackle versus having to pay $1,600, then add that extra $300 to $500 for motors or electronics and so on and so forth. So that's definitely something to consider. Now, if you're just a guy that's budget doesn't matter, I'm just looking for more of the specs in my opinion, then, you can go whichever way. So that's just a big price difference. Whenever I was asked this question, I was kind of shocked. I'm like, dadgum, you're comparing a LiteTackle to a NuCanoe Pursuit. So I guess your budget's kind of out, which is completely fine. I mean, I know me, I'm a budget guy. But if you have that money to spend, then a NuCanoe Pursuit is definitely a great option for you. So, there's a lot to play in the factor to it. So, or a lot to play into it, depending on price difference. So let's just go ahead and jump into features. Because that may be, okay, well, NuCanoe Pursuit has horizontal rod storage. I'm willing to pay an extra, what did I say, $700 for horizontal rod storage. So, let's just get into some features here. All right, so starting at the front of the boat at the NuCanoe Pursuit, and on both boats, you have at the bow of the boat, you have a very sturdy handle. The Crescent LiteTackle is more horizontal with the boat, and the Pursuit is turned, so it's more, I guess it's perpendicular with the top of the boat. I just know that they're both great handles. They're very rugged handles, so they're going to last a long time. NuCanoe used to do the old webbing handles. That's, in my opinion, that sucked because every time you go lift it up, you didn't know which way the boat was going to turn, so you have a little bit more control with the harder handles, in my opinion, than a webbing handle. So moving on down, you have, in both boats, you have very large front hatches. Now, on the NuCanoe Pursuit, you do have 3 locks, or is it? Actually, it's 4 locks. Sorry, I thought it was 3, one at the top, one on each side. You have 4 locks on the NuCanoe Pursuit on the front hatch, so you can actually lock that in and create it more of that watertight seal. On the Crescent LiteTackle, you don't have no locks, but you can use the bungees to add that extra tension to make it a little bit more watertight seal inside that hatch. I know for a fact that it's easier for me to access, say I wanted to put rods in my front hatch or a tent in my front hatch or something that can't fit right there, right under the front hatch. I actually have to slide it into the boat. In my opinion, I have better access to the whole entire boat of a Crescent LiteTackle than I did with a NuCanoe Pursuit, because the way that front drawer or that front section where you put your sliding drawer for NuCanoe Pursuit drops down, it kind of creates a wall right there. So you can still stuff a lot of stuff in, past that, but it's easier to get to that area on a Crescent LiteTackle than it is a NuCanoe Pursuit. That's just my opinion. So if you are looking at storing a lot of stuff in the front hatch of the boat, in my opinion, you have more room in the Crescent LiteTackle than you do the NuCanoe Pursuit. Moving on down, this is what I really like about NuCanoe. I feel like a lot of other people are starting to get to this point, but they have freedom tracks. Freedom tracks, in a simple term, means you have a floor track on each side from one end of the boat to the end of to the other end of the boat. So basically, that your track is where your seat mounts. You can add accessories to that track, and it goes all length of the boat. So if you do have a gas motor or even a trolling motor on a NuCanoe Pursuit, you can trim your boat out by sliding your seat forward and aft to better even out the weight distribution throughout the whole boat. With the Crescent LiteTackle, you do not have freedom tracks. So you don't have that option to. Now, you can easily just move your seat forward and aft, but you're also going to be taking up a lot of your working space or your deck space if you do that. With the NuCanoe Pursuit, you have more deck space because it's a completely open boat. The Crescent LiteTackle is a very open concept boat as well, but obviously with the NuCanoe being longer, you're obviously going to have more room. That's just plain Jane. That's just common sense right there. Moving on down on the, now this is one feature you may find very interesting. On the Crescent LiteTackle, you have top tracks. So on the top of your kayak, you have a track system on both sides. On the NuCanoe Pursuit, you do not have that. The only track system you have is in the floor of the boat, then also a little bit higher, right behind the front hatch, you have two, I think they're 12-inch track systems where you can attach the sliding drawer or attach other accessories to the front of that boat if you like from NuCanoe. But you don't have, and they're like, again, they're probably 12, 13 inches long on each side. But the ones and they're at the very front of the boat. And the ones on the Crescent LiteTackle are closer to the seat, closer to the center of the boat. And they're longer, so you can, in all reality, fit more accessories on those tracks. But then again, you also get the tracks in the floor of the NuCanoe Pursuit. Moving on down, there is, in the NuCanoe Pursuit, there is not a stock foot peg. Okay, so like in the Crescent LiteTackle, you have adjustable foot pegs to basically, if you're a taller individual, you push them all the way forward. If you're shorter like me, you bring them more closer to you. In the NuCanoes, and I think I'm correct when I say this, no NuCanoe model comes with foot pegs. So you have to either DIY something or buy foot pegs from NuCanoe. Some people like foot pegs. To me, it don't matter to me. I can either use foot pegs or not use foot pegs. So, to me, that really doesn't matter to me. Storage in the deck space of the NuCanoe Pursuit. You do have a little bungee area towards the front of the boat that you can either slide a paddle or bungee down it's a rubber bungee down like tackle boxes or gear, anything like that. In the Crescent LiteTackle, you have the bungees. You have the bungees on each side of the seat, but then you also have the little hidden pouch on each side of the seat as well. So it's kind of a little hidden area where you can remove the pouch and actually stuff a bunch of stuff in there. In the NuCanoe Pursuit, you don't have that option. You don't have, different areas to tuck things, so on and so forth. Now, and moving on down to the seat, in the NuCanoe, you can buy different seat risers for the NuCanoe and get your seat higher. But your traditional stock seat, you will be able to have seating or have storage up under the seat. And that's stock. So basically, when you buy it brand new, not adding nothing, you have a little bit of storage up under the seat. In the Crescent LiteTackle, you don't have that option. But the way they look at it is, well, if I don't have, you can fit like worm bags and stuff up underneath there, but you can't fit like tackle boxes when it comes stock. Now, obviously, you can pay the extra $50 and get that nice seat riser kit like I have on my Crescent LiteTackle. You can buy that whenever you buy your boat, but you don't get that option basically right off the bat. Now, where they even that out is they have the bungees on the side of each seat so you can fit 2 tackle boxes. So, in all reality, in this aspect, NuCanoe don't have the bungees on the side to fit tackle boxes, but they have a little bit of space up under the seat. Crescent LiteTackle, they don't have space on the seat, but they have bungees on each side. So, definitely something to consider. Just speaking a little bit more on the seat, they are both frame seating, very comfortable seats. NuCanoe just came out with that new seat it's more like a millennial seat, so it's a very nice seat. In my opinion, I still love the Crescent LiteTackle seat. I feel like you can adjust it more. It has that little gel cushion in the old tushy section of the seat. So in my opinion, I like the Crescent LiteTackle seat a whole lot better. Now, seating also, you can make the NuCanoe seat swivel. So basically, you can get the 360. I think it used to be called a 360 Pinnacle seat from NuCanoe. So you can basically turn it. There's a lever. You can basically turn it completely sideways if you like to. In the Crescent LiteTackle, you will not get that option. I'm sure you may be able to rig up some type of DIY, but nothing you can buy from the manufacturer to make that seat swivel. So if you're wanting that swivel seat, which it does come in handy sometimes, then NuCanoe may be the route you want to go. Moving on behind the seat, again, guys, the NuCanoe platform is all open space. Okay, so basically it's all open throughout. Now, behind the seat of the Crescent LiteTackle, you do have kind of a, how do I want to call it? It's a molded into the boat, but it basically adds support to the boat. Right behind the seat, it's probably 6 inches wide, and it goes from the top of the boat to the bottom of to the deck of the boat. So that does take up a little bit of space, but it's there for purposes to add support for the boat. The NuCanoe Pursuit doesn't have that. I'm not saying it's less supportive, so don't take that as, oh, well, NuCanoe don't have that section for extra support, so it's going to fall apart. No, this is just how boats are made. So that really don't play a factor. In the NuCanoe Pursuit, you do have flush mount rod holders. If you are a flush mount rod holder fan, I'm really not. But in the Crescent LiteTackle, you have the mighty mounts on each side where a flush mount rod holder would go, so you can add a rod tube to that, or really any accessory you want to. I like a lot of manufacturers are starting to move that route versus having flush mount rod holders. I feel like it's a water trap, and they tend to just get in the way. Now, I do know on the NuCanoe Pursuit, it has a cup holder on each side right behind the seat. On the Crescent LiteTackle, you do not have that option. You don't have a cup holder unless you get the seat riser kit, which the way the seat riser kit or the seat riser is molded, you actually have a cup holder there. So just keep in mind that if you're a cup holder guy. Another big thing on a NuCanoe Pursuit and why everyone loves a NuCanoe Pursuit is horizontal rod storage. Okay, there's not a lot of boats on the market that have that option. They actually have it where there's tubes built into the boat where it protects the end of your rod very, very well, and then also has right behind the seat where the rod butt will sit. The Crescent LiteTackle does not have that option. So now maybe in the new boat Drew is coming out with, they will have horizontal rod storage or some type of horizontal rod storage, but as of right now, it does not. So we're not even going to think about that right now because I don't even know if that's going to happen. That'd be cool if it did, but I don't even know if that's going to happen. So you can easily fit 4 rods or store 4 rods horizontally in the NuCanoe Pursuit. Very, very cool feature. I love that feature. It's really, really cool. So off the showroom floor, you can technically take out 6 rods without ever adding any other rod tubes or rod holders or anything like that. So definitely a cool feature if you're looking for right off the bat rod storage. Moving on down, the NuCanoe Pursuit now I believe comes with a decking kit. The Crescent LiteTackle does not. It does come with tank well pads, but not like decking kit where your feet are, and the NuCanoe Pursuit does. So if you want a deck padding kit right off the bat, the NuCanoe Pursuit may be. And again, guys, keep in mind, $8.99, $15.99. So that extra money you can spend to get a Crescent LiteTackle. You can spend the extra $50 to get a seat riser kit to give you a higher seat. You can spend the extra $100 to get the deck padding kit for the whole boat. So right then you're at what now? $1,050 somewhere around there, if my math's correct. Maybe $1,100. Let's just say $1,100. Still saving money and getting what you want if those are certain things you want on your boat already when you buy it. So keep that in mind. So that's another reason why I was so shocked when I saw this comparison is like, that's a big difference there. A lot of those features you're getting on the Pursuit, you're not going to get that with the, sorry, I got another phone call. You're not going to get that with the Crescent LiteTackle because the money is not there. So just keep that in mind. Moving on down to the tank well. Both boats have very large tank wells. So they're kind of even there. And also in the back of the tank well in the Pursuit and on the Crescent LiteTackle, you have a track system. So you can mount other accessories or bungees to it. Now, the NuCanoe Pursuit does not come with bungees on the boat to strap stuff down in the tank well. I do, on the Crescent LiteTackle, it does already come with bungees on the boat. So if you want bungees and you're getting a NuCanoe Pursuit, you'll have to buy those extra. So just keep in mind. Scupper plugs, when you buy NuCanoe Pursuit, it comes with scupper plugs. Same thing with the Crescent LiteTackle, so no difference there. They're just a different style scupper plug. Also, kind of a big feature on the NuCanoe Pursuit is there is tank well or hole access in the tank well. In the Crescent LiteTackle, you do not have access to the hole in the back of or the tank wheel of the kayak. So if you're wanting to plug and play system and not a fan of fishing wires, then you have that extra access panel in the back of the NuCanoe Pursuit to make that a lot easier. So keep that in mind. If you're wanting, now you can always add that in a Crescent LiteTackle if you do want to cut a big hole, and a lot of people do it. I don't do it. I'd rather take the extra time to fish my own wires versus cutting a big hole and a big access hole in the back of the kayak. So this is how I am. Moving on, this is a really cool feature on both boats. Both boats have a square transom. Okay, so you can easily on both boats off the showroom floor, you can mount a trolling motor to the Crescent LiteTackle because of the square transom, and on the NuCanoe Pursuit you can mount a trolling motor or I think it's rated for a 3.5 horsepower, 2.5 horsepower gas motor on the back of the NuCanoe. Now you will need to add a little bit extra protection plate to the back of that, but I recommend on all square transom kayaks that you add that extra weight to it. I got another phone call coming in. So that's a really cool feature. It has not been brought up if the Crescent LiteTackle can hold a gas motor. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say you can. I am more than happy to try. So that may be something I'd try. I just know they flat out say from the manufacturer you can mount a gas motor to a NuCanoe Pursuit. But in my opinion, I'm a big tournament angler. No one allows gas motors yet. So all I need is a trolling motor. So I'll just hook a trolling motor up to each one and be covered. All bases. So that's pretty much it, guys. And also in the back of the NuCanoe, you do have one webbing handle. Okay, so you're back to a webbing handle in the back. And then in the Crescent LiteTackle, you have two sturdy handles in the tank well. Another thing, too, is I know this for a fact. NuCanoe has a skid plate on the back of their boat. So if you do hit rocks or dragging it, there's an extra skid plate there. The Crescent LiteTackle does not. So let's just keep that in mind, guys. But that's pretty much it for all the features. I don't think I've missed anything. They're both phenomenal boats. I love them both. They each hold a special part in my heart. The NuCanoe Pursuit and the Crescent LiteTackle. So, in my opinion, they're very even to me. Obviously, there is a big price difference. There's different things you can do with each of the boats. So, at the end of the day, guys, just like I say in the last video, you have to get your butt in these boats and try them out for themselves. Put your hands on them, feel how heavy the NuCanoe Pursuit is compared to the Crescent LiteTackle, and really test paddle these boats, demos these boats. And if you're not in an area that is capable of, or a shop that has these boats, especially right now, because supply and demand is so high, reach out to your Facebook pages, kayak Facebook pages. Reach out to people in your area to see if they have these boats that you can go demo, guys. They are more than happy. I'm always happy to take someone out on the water and demo my boat. It don't bother me at all, and I know these guys. About 90% of the industry, they're going to, yeah, sure, come test out my boat. You ain't going to hurt nothing. You're just testing out a boat, guys. So definitely get your butt in these boats and demo them. That's the only way you're actually going to figure it out for yourself, how you feel and where all the accessories are, guys. But thank y'all so much for watching. I got a lot more videos coming up your way. I'm about to drop another video on my channel before this video, so be looking out for that too, guys. It's kind of pointless for me to say that, but I'm producing a lot of content right now. That's what I'm excited about, guys. So stay tuned. I got some more stuff coming your way. If y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, or need me to do anything else regarding this video, please let me know in the comment section below, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Keep them tight lines. Deuces.